Tonight, I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine lying down in your own bed, turning off the light, and closing your eyes the way you have done thousands of times before. Everything feels normal. The house is quiet. The world outside slows down. You tell yourself, I will rest now. But then, without warning, your body enters a silent crisis. No dramatic scream, no long struggle, no chance to reach for the phone. Just a stillness that comes too early and a morning that never arrives. For many Americans over the age of 50, this is not just a frightening thought. It is a reality that happens far more often than most families ever realize. Every year, men and women to sleep believing they are safe, while their hearts, their blood vessels, and their brains are under dangerous pressure in the dark. And what makes this even more chilling is that the cause is not always a rare disease, or bad luck, or family history alone. Sometimes the danger begins with ordinary nighttime habits that seem completely harmless. A heavy dinner too close to bedtime. A dry mouth ignored because you do not want to wake up for the bathroom. Loud snoring treated like a joke. Blood pressure medicine taken at the wrong time without asking the right questions. A bedroom that feels warm and cozy, but forces the heart to work harder all night. These little choices may not feel dangerous in the moment, but night after night they can turn sleep from a time of recovery into the most vulnerable period of the day for your heart and your brain. My name is Dr. D. Miller, and for nearly 14 years, I have worked with adults who are trying to protect their health after 50. Welcome to Health with Dr. D. Miller. Today, I am not here to frighten you. I am here to give you a clear, honest message that could help you, your spouse, your parents, or someone you love wake up safer tomorrow morning. Because here is the truth. When you go to sleep, your body does not simply shut down like a car parked in a garage. Your heart does not stop caring. Your arteries do not stop responding. Your brain does not stop working. In fact, sleep is one of the most important repair periods your body has. This is when your blood pressure should drop. This is when your heart rate should slow. This is when your blood vessels should relax, your tissue should repair, and your brain should clear away waste that built up during the day. But when the evening routine is wrong, that healing process can be interrupted. Instead of resting, the heart is pushed into a night shift. Instead of calming down, the nervous system stays alert. Instead of blood flowing smoothly, it can become thicker, slower, and more likely to clot. And the most dangerous part is this. You may feel nothing while it is happening. You are unconscious. You are dreaming. You may look peaceful from the outside, while inside your cardiovascular system is fighting harder than it should. Before you lie down tonight, listen carefully. The goal is not to make you afraid of sleep. Sleep is essential. Sleep is powerful. Sleep can heal. But only if you give your body the right conditions. Sometimes, the difference between a dangerous night and a safer one comes down to small choices made in the final hours before bed. In the next few minutes, I will show you which nighttime habits quietly raise the risk, why they matter after 50, and what you can change tonight to protect the heart that has been beating for you every second of your life. Now, before we talk about the specific nighttime habits that can put your heart in danger, you need to understand one important truth. Sleep is not empty time. Sleep is not your body turning off. Sleep is not just a quiet pause between one busy day and the next. For your heart, your blood vessels, and your brain, sleep is one of the most active healing periods of your entire 24-hour cycle. During the day, your body is in performance mode. You stand, walk, think, eat, drive, talk, worry, work, make decisions, and respond to stress. Even when you are not doing anything physically difficult, your heart is still adjusting every second. It speeds up when you climb stairs. It pushes harder when you are upset. It responds to coffee, salt, heat, pain, emotions, and every small demand you place on it. By the time evening comes, your cardiovascular system has been carrying you through the world for many hours without a break. That is why the night matters so much. When sleep begins properly, your nervous system is supposed to shift from alert mode into repair mode. Your heart rate should begin to slow. Your blood vessels should loosen. Your blood pressure should gently drop. Doctors often call this natural nighttime drop dipping. It is one of the clearest signs that your cardiovascular system is getting the rest it needs. Think of it like easing your foot off the gas after a long drive. The engine is still running, but it is no longer being pushed. For someone over 50, this dipping phase becomes even more important. As we age, arteries often become stiffer. Blood vessels may not relax as easily as they once did. The heart may have to work harder to move blood through the body. So when nighttime comes, that drop in pressure is not just helpful, it is protective. It gives the inner lining of your arteries a chance to recover from the strain of the day. It gives the heart muscle a chance to beat with less force. It gives the entire system a few hours of lower pressure, lower stress, and deeper repair. But sleep does not only protect the heart, it also protects the brain. While you are asleep, your brain performs a kind of deep cleaning process. Waste products and metabolic byproducts that build up during the day are cleared more efficiently at night. This is one reason poor sleep can leave you feeling foggy, heavy, irritable, or mentally slow the next morning. Your brain was not fully cleaned. It did not get the restoration it was counting on. At the same time, your body is repairing tiny injuries you never noticed. Blood vessels that were stressed by high pressure, inflammation, sugar spikes, emotional stress, or physical effort begin to recover. Cells communicate, hormones shift, immune activity changes. Your body is not doing nothing. It is doing maintenance, quiet maintenance, deep maintenance, life-preserving maintenance. But here is where the danger begins. If your nighttime habits keep your body in work mode, this repair window can collapse. Your heart may stay fast, your pressure may stay elevated, your digestion may demand blood flow, your breathing may stop and start, your nervous system may keep firing stress signals. And instead of entering a peaceful recovery state, your body spends the night defending itself. This is why what you do in the final hours before bed matters so much. A late meal, dehydration, untreated snoring, a hot bedroom, or the wrong medication timing may seem small, but each one can interfere with the body's natural nighttime recovery. And after 50, when the heart has already spent decades serving you, those small disruptions can carry a much bigger cost. Sleep should be the safest part of your day. It should be the time when your heart finally gets relief. But only if you prepare your body to let that relief happen. Now let's look at the first nighttime habit that quietly puts the heart under pressure, and it is one of the most common habits in American homes: eating a heavy meal too close to bedtime. I am not only talking about fast food, greasy pizzas, or a bowl of ice cream at midnight. I am talking about any large meal eaten late in the evening, even one that looks healthy on the plate. A thick piece of steak, a baked potato, a large salad, a few slices of bread, maybe a glass of sweet tea, all eaten at 8:30 or 9 at night. To many people, that feels normal. After a long day, dinner becomes comfort. It feels like a reward. It makes the body feel heavy, calm, and ready for sleep. But inside, something very different is happening. When you eat a large meal, your digestive system becomes the priority. Your stomach, intestines, liver, pancreas, and blood vessels all begin working together to break down that food, move it forward, absorb nutrients, and manage blood sugar. This process requires blood flow, a lot of blood flow. After a meal, more blood is sent toward the digestive organs because the body sees digestion as urgent work. That is perfectly normal during the day. But late at night, when the heart is supposed to be slowing down, this creates a conflict. Your body is asking your heart to rest and work hard at the same time. Think about it this way. Imagine you are exhausted after a long day, and just as you are about to sit down, someone hands you a heavy box and says, "Carry this upstairs right now." That is what a late heavy dinner does to your heart. It gives your cardiovascular system a job at the exact moment it is supposed to recover. Instead of easing into a lower rhythm, the heart must keep pumping strongly to support digestion. Instead of blood pressure gently dipping, it may remain higher than it should. Instead of deep repair, the body stays in a work state. For adults over 50, this matters even more. The heart may already be dealing with stiffer arteries, slower metabolism, blood pressure issues, insulin resistance, or years of accumulated stress. A younger body may handle a late feast with less visible damage. But after 50, the margin for error becomes smaller. The body still tries to protect you, but it has to work harder to do it. And if this happens night after night, the heart never gets the deep rest it needs. Let me tell you about a man I will call Robert. Robert was 67 years old, retired, friendly, active, and proud of the fact that he still mowed his own lawn. He did not smoke. He walked around his neighborhood most mornings. From the outside, he looked like someone doing fairly well for his age. But Robert had one habit he never thought twice about. Every night after watching television, he liked to eat a large dinner late. Sometimes it was pasta with meat sauce. Sometimes it was roast beef with mashed potatoes. Sometimes it was chicken, bread, and dessert. He told me, "Doc helps me relax. I sleep better when I feel full." But Robert was not truly sleeping better. He was sedated by heaviness. There is a difference. His body was not entering peaceful repair. His stomach was demanding blood. His insulin was rising. His heart rate was staying higher than it should. His blood pressure was not dropping the way we want it to drop during sleep. In the middle of the night, while Robert believed he was resting, his heart was working overtime in silence. One night, he woke up soaked in sweat with pressure in his chest and pain moving into his left arm. His wife called 911, and luckily Robert survived. But when we looked closely at his patterns, the warning signs had been there for years. Poor sleep, morning fatigue, nighttime sweating, reflux, and that heavy meal close to bed. The meal did not act alone, but it was part of the pressure building inside his body. So here is the rule I want you to remember tonight. Give your stomach a head start, so your heart does not have to fight a midnight battle. Try to finish your last heavy meal at least 3 to 4 hours before bed. If you sleep at 10:30, that means dinner should be finished around 6:30 or 7. If you truly feel hungry later, keep it small and light, something that does not force your body into full digestive labor. After 50, your evening meal is not just about calories. It is about timing. It is about pressure. It is about giving your heart permission to slow down, recover, and carry you safely into the morning. Now we need to talk about another nighttime habit that many people over 50 do for a very understandable reason. They stop drinking water too early in the evening. And most of the time they are not doing it because they are careless. They are doing it because they are tired of waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning to use the bathroom. They are afraid of stumbling in the dark. They do not want broken sleep. They want one peaceful night without getting out of bed. I understand that completely. But there is something happening inside the bloodstream that many people never think about. Your blood is not just a red liquid moving through your body, it is a living river. It carries oxygen, nutrients, hormones, immune cells, platelets, and waste products. And a large part of that river is water. When you are well hydrated, blood flows more smoothly. It moves through the vessels with less resistance. It reaches the brain, the heart, the kidneys, and the smallest capillaries more easily. But when you go to bed dehydrated, that river becomes slower and thicker. Picture a clean stream moving freely through a channel. Now picture that same stream after the water level drops. The flow becomes sluggish. The mud at the bottom becomes thicker. Things that should keep moving begin to settle. That is similar to what can happen in your circulation when your body does not have enough fluid. The liquid part of the blood decreases, but the solid parts are still there. Platelets are still there. Cholesterol particles are still there. Inflammatory substances are still there. Waste products are still there. So the blood can become more concentrated, more sticky, and harder for the heart to push. This becomes especially important in the early morning hours. While you sleep, your body continues losing water. Every breath you exhale carries moisture. If the room is warm, you may sweat slightly without noticing. If you breathe through your mouth, you may lose even more moisture. By 3, 4, or 5 in the morning, your blood may be at its thickest point of the night. And this is also the time when the body naturally begins preparing to wake up. Hormones shift. Blood pressure starts to rise. The nervous system becomes more active. The heart begins transitioning from rest into daytime function. Now imagine asking an older heart to make that transition while the blood is thicker than it should be. The heart must push harder. The blood vessels feel more friction. Platelets become more likely to clump together. And if someone already has narrowed arteries, plaque buildup, high blood pressure, diabetes, or a history of cardiovascular disease, that thick, slow-moving blood can become a serious danger. This does not mean you should drink a large bottle of water right before bed. That can backfire. It may wake you up repeatedly, increase the risk of falls, and make your sleep worse. The answer is balance. Do not flood the body, but do not dry it out either. Think of it as giving your bloodstream a gentle safety reserve for the night. A simple approach is to stay hydrated earlier in the day, then take a small amount of water about 1 hour before bed. Not a huge glass, not several cups, just a few ounces slowly. Then use the bathroom before lying down. If you wake up thirsty during the night, take small sips instead of ignoring it completely. The goal is not to fill the bladder. The goal is to keep the blood moving like a quiet river instead of a thick swamp. And please pay attention to the signs. A very dry mouth at night, dark urine in the morning, dizziness when standing, headaches, or a racing heart can all be clues that your body may be running too dry. For some people with kidney disease, heart failure, or fluid restrictions, hydration advice must be personalized by a doctor. But for many adults over 50, the habit of going to bed too dry can silently add pressure to the heart. Tonight, do not think of water as an inconvenience. Think of it as protection. A small, steady sip may help your heart move through the darkest hours with less strain, less friction, and a better chance of carrying you safely into morning. Now let's talk about the silent thief in the bedroom, the one many families laugh about, ignore, or explain away as just normal aging. I am talking about loud snoring, choking sounds, gasping for air, and those frightening pauses where a person seems to stop breathing for a few seconds, then suddenly snorts and starts again. Many people treat this as an annoying sleep habit, but after 50, it can be much more than noise. It can be a warning sign that the heart is being shocked over and over again while the person is completely unaware. This condition is commonly called sleep apnea, but I want you to understand what it feels like inside the body. It is not just snoring, it is not just bad sleep, it is repeated nighttime suffocation. When the airway collapses or becomes blocked during sleep, air cannot move normally into the lungs. Oxygen levels begin to fall. The brain senses the danger immediately, because the brain depends on oxygen every second of your life. And when oxygen drops, the brain does not politely whisper to the body. It sounds the alarm. That alarm is powerful. It sends a burst of stress hormones through the body, especially adrenaline. The purpose is to wake you up just enough so you can breathe again. But every time that happens, the heart pays the price. Your heart rate may jump suddenly. Your blood pressure may surge. Blood vessels tighten. The nervous system goes from peaceful sleep into emergency mode in a matter of seconds. And then, after you take a breath, you may drift back into sleep without remembering anything. To the outside world, it may look like you simply snored and rolled over. But inside, your heart just survived another shock. Now imagine that happening not once, not twice, but 20, 30, 40, or even 50 times in 1 hour. Imagine someone shaking you awake every few minutes all night long, then telling your heart to calm down again, then shocking it again. That is the kind of stress untreated sleep apnea can create. The body never gets the steady, peaceful recovery it needs. Blood pressure does not stay low. The heart does not fully rest. Oxygen rises and falls like a dangerous wave in the dark. Over time, these repeated oxygen crashes and adrenaline surges can change the heart itself. The heart muscle can become thicker and stiffer. The electrical system of the heart can become irritated. This is one reason sleep apnea is connected with rhythm problems such as atrial fibrillation, where the heart no longer beats in a smooth, steady pattern. Instead of a strong, coordinated pump, the upper chambers may quiver. When blood does not move properly, it can pool. When blood pools, clots can form. And when a clot travels to the brain, a stroke can happen. This is why I do not want you to dismiss snoring, especially if it is loud, irregular, or followed by silence and gasping. If you wake up with a dry mouth, morning headaches, heavy fatigue, brain fog, or the feeling that 8 hours of sleep did not restore you at all, pay attention. If your spouse says you stop breathing at night, believe them. That sentence is not a complaint. It is a warning. The good news is that this is not hopeless. A sleep study can identify the problem. A CPAP machine, dental device, weight management plan, or position change may reduce the danger depending on the person. Even something as simple as sleeping on your side instead of flat on your back can help some people keep the airway more open. But do not guess your way through this if the signs are serious. Talk to a doctor. Ask about testing. Protect your oxygen like your life depends on it, because it does. Your heart was not designed to be jolted awake all night. It was designed to slow down, recover, and carry you safely into the morning. So tonight, if snoring has become part of your home, do not laugh it off. Listen to it, respect it, and take action before a simple sound in the dark becomes something far more dangerous. Now we need to talk about a trap that often hides in the medicine cabinet and the bedroom thermostat. These two things may seem completely separate, but for many adults over 50, they can both affect what happens to the heart during the night. The first is medication timing. The second is sleeping temperature, and both deserve more attention than most people give them. Let's begin with medication. Many people are very responsible with their pills. They keep them in a weekly organizer. They take them every morning with coffee or breakfast. They feel proud that they rarely miss a dose. And that discipline matters. But here is the question many people never ask. Is the medicine working strongest when the body needs it most? For some adults, blood pressure does not reach its most dangerous level during the busy part of the day. It may rise at night, during deep sleep or early morning hours, when the body is supposed to be recovering. If a person takes blood pressure medicine early in the morning, the effect may be lower by the time midnight, 2, 3, or 4 arrives. That does not mean everyone should suddenly move their medication to bedtime. please hear me clearly. Do not change your medication schedule on your own. Some medicines, especially water pills, may be better in the morning because they make you urinate more. Some people may have dizziness, kidney concerns, or other medical conditions that require a specific schedule. But this is a conversation worth having with your doctor. Ask a simple question. Based on my blood pressure pattern, my age, and my nighttime symptoms, should any of my medications be taken at a different time? That one question may open the door to safer protection while you sleep. The goal is not to take more medicine. The goal is to make sure the medicine you already take is supporting your body during its most vulnerable hours. Now let's move from the medicine cabinet to the bedroom itself. Temperature may sound like a comfort issue, but it is also a heart issue. Many people love a warm bedroom. They turn the thermostat up, wear heavy pajamas, and bury themselves under thick blankets. It feels cozy, it feels safe, but when the room is too warm, the body may struggle to release heat. And if the body cannot cool down properly, the heart has to help. Your heart may pump more blood toward the skin to move heat out of the body. Your heart rate may stay higher. Your sleep may become lighter. Your blood vessels may not relax the way they should. Instead of drifting into deep recovery, the body acts like it is trying to cool an overheating engine. You may think you are resting, but your heart may be doing extra work for hours. Deep sleep usually requires a gentle drop in core body temperature. That cooling signal helps the nervous system shift into repair mode. It supports deeper sleep, steadier heart rhythm, and better overnight recovery. For many people, a cooler bedroom, often around 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, is more supportive than a hot room. If that feels chilly, do not overheat the whole room. Use warm socks, a light blanket, or keep your feet comfortable while the air you breathe stays cool and fresh. But extreme cold is not the answer either. A freezing room can cause blood vessels to tighten, which may raise blood pressure and stress the heart in a different way. The body does best with balance, not hot, not icy, cool, calm, and steady. So tonight, look at both your routine and your sleep environment with new eyes. Do not guess with medication. Ask your doctor. Do not turn your bedroom into a sauna. Give your body the cool air it needs to settle down. After 50, heart protection is not only about what happens in a clinic. It is also about the quiet choices you make before the lights go out. Now let's bring everything together into one simple heart-safe evening routine you can actually use tonight. I do not want you to leave this video feeling afraid. I want you to leave feeling awake, informed, and in control. Because protecting your heart after 50 is not only about what happens in a hospital. It is about the small decisions you make in your own home, especially in the last few hours before bed. Start with your kitchen closing time. If you usually go to sleep around 10 or 11, try to finish your last heavy meal by 6:30 or 7. Give your stomach enough time to do the hardest part of digestion before your head touches the pillow. No heavy leftovers, no big bowl of pasta, no thick sandwich, no late-night plate of meat and potatoes. If you are truly hungry later, keep it small, light, and gentle. A few bites of fruit, a small handful of nuts, or something simple may be enough. The goal is not to punish yourself. The goal is to let your heart enter the night without a second job. Next, think about water. Do not go to bed dry just because you are afraid of one bathroom trip. And do not flood yourself right before sleep either. Balance is the key. Take a few small sips of room temperature water about 1 hour before bed, then use the bathroom before lying down. Keep a small glass nearby in case you wake up thirsty. Your blood should move like a calm river through the night, not like thick mud in a narrow pipe. Then look at your breathing. If you snore loudly, wake up gasping, wake with a dry mouth, or feel exhausted after 7 or 8 hours in bed, do not ignore it. Talk to your doctor about sleep apnea. Ask whether a sleep study is right for you. Sleep should sound like choking. It should not feel like a battle for air. Your heart deserves oxygen, not repeated shocks in the dark. Now check your bedroom. A cooler room is often better for deep sleep and heart recovery. Try keeping the air around 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit if that is comfortable for you. If you feel cold, warm your feet or use a light blanket, but do not turn the room into a heated box. Let your body cool down naturally. Let your nervous system settle. Let your heart slow. And when morning comes, remember this final habit. Rise slowly. Do not jump out of bed the second your eyes open. Sit on the edge of the bed for 1 or 2 minutes. Move your ankles, stretch your fingers, take a few slow breaths, let your blood pressure adjust. Let your heart wake up with you instead of being shocked into action. This simple pause may be one of the kindest things you do for your body all day. Your heart has been with you through every year, every worry, every joy, every loss, every hard season, and every new beginning. It has worked quietly for you without applause. Tonight, give it the conditions it needs to rest. A lighter stomach, enough water, clear breathing, a cool room, a slow morning rise. These are not dramatic changes, but they are powerful ones. If this message helped you, subscribe to Health with Dr. D. Miller for more clear, practical guidance on aging well. Like this video so it can reach another person who may need it tonight. And leave a comment that says, I am protecting my heart tonight, not just for the video, but as a promise to yourself. Share this with someone over 50 whom you love. You may never know it, but this small act could help someone wake up safely tomorrow. I am Dr. D. Miller, take care of your heart tonight, sleep peacefully, and I will see you in the next video.